So I still follow pages from my home state of Virginia, specifically Richmond, Virginia. Now, I didn't grow up in Richmond, Virginia. I grew up like outside of Richmond. I grew up in the suburbs. But Richmond was 15 minutes. Like it took no time for me to get to Richmond from where I grew up at. So I still follow what's going on back at home just because I want to be in the know. All of my family is still there. And not much has changed, but what is really interesting over this past weekend, and it's not just this weekend, this has just been going on, but this over the past weekend, there's been so much gun violence. Like, I think on Saturday there was three older people walking out of Kroger spot. They got shot. I think this happened yesterday, Sunday. There was a quadruple shooting in the South Side. This morning, I get online and there was, some police activity going on outside of another South Side neighborhood, and they had the forensics units out there. Not only did they have Richmond police, they had Chesterfield police out there. Don't know if there was a murder or not, probably so. But what is going on with the crime? Specifically, gun violence. What is going on with gun violence? Why are people picking up a gun and using this as their final result to handle any type of conflict? And you're not just hitting people that you're intending to hit, which is just horrible in itself. You're hitting people that, are not even supposed to be there. Like, I think it was last summer, or it could have been 2 summers ago. A child, little girl, I think she was like 15 years old. She got shot in the projects, and I think she was just walking. She was just walking, had nothing to do with nothing, and she got shot, and I believe she passed away from that. But what is going on with the gun violence? Who are telling you people to pick up a gun and this is how I'm going to handle it because I'm so in my feelings and this is the only way to, soothe my nerves? Like, that is just really psychotic to me. Psychotic and bizarre to pick up a gun and I'm going to harm somebody in the most horrible way. It's horrible and it's quick at the same time. But what if somebody doesn't pass away? Now you're traumatized. You have traumatized somebody. And it's worth it to you. For whatever reason, it is worth it to you. And it's just absolutely disgusting. And it's scary to know that we have these type of people that are walking around this planet in this country that can just get their hands on a gun. And this is the way that I'm going to resolve a conflict. Whatever happened to, if you are having a conflict with somebody, whatever happened to fighting? I see videos online where dudes, they're fist fighting. They're just happened to, I think it was in Cincinnati with the group of guys that had got into a fist fight. I don't have any problems with that. These are men. It wasn't 2 men. I think it started off as 2 and then it got crazy after that. But they were fist fighting. Now, you shouldn't be fighting anyways. But, this is how men typically will handle any type of differences they have. They fist fight, they shake hands, go on about their way. Of course, it's, criminal to do. But I would appreciate that over picking up a gun and, ending somebody. Because death is so final. And I don't think we realize how final death is, but maybe some people have so much hurt and hate in them that they just don't care. That means that you're not caring about the individual. You ended their lives. You played God and you took something away from them that's so precious, which is life. You're not caring about if they have children because now you just inflicted trauma on that child. Like, you're really destroying a generation. You're inflicting trauma on that child. So that child is going to have to grow up because somebody else could not handle their emotions and took their parent away from them. Then the financial burden that falls on the family because nobody ever thinks that they are going to, be unalived in such a dramatic and traumatic way. So a lot of times these people don't even have they don't even have the proper burial money readily available because you just don't expect it. You don't expect to die young. And these people are just not playing fair. Like you really don't take into account the chain of events that happens after you take somebody's life. Or what if you shoot somebody and they're alive? Now they're stuck with a hefty bill, hospital bill, because you couldn't control yourself. And you probably don't care. That person probably doesn't care. But you're really damaging people, and you're doing more harm than good to the community. But when does the community step up and say, this is wrong, we don't want any more of this, we need to start shaming? Now this is when shaming comes into place. We need to start shaming these people that cannot control their emotions, that are bringing harm to our communities. The community needs to start shaming. The Black community needs to start shaming these people. Like, what's going on in DC right now, it is just really strange and bizarre to me that, you know, these people are making their presence known because there's just so much crime that's going on in DC. And me growing up in Virginia, DC was like a day trip to us. DC was like a weekend trip to us because it's just so close. So it was nothing for us to go to DC. There are certain parts of DC that you avoid. DC is cool, DC is nice, but there are certain parts that you avoid because of the crime that's there. And everybody wants to, you know, not speak up when there's crime going on. Like, you guys will know the people that are out doing the murders or robbing people, things like that. You will know it, but you don't want to speak up about it. Start shaming these people. Start putting your foot down. Like, no, we're not going to continue to do this. And it's really insane to me because you have weak men in these communities that they don't even want to say anything. They don't want to check these younger guys or just other guys in general that are doing these things. Y'all are standing back and just watching it play out. And I thought it was just so crazy that in one of these clips that I saw, they were telling the cops that y'all need to be nice to us. Basically saying that in so many words, that y'all need to be nice to us. Y'all need to address yourselves and build yourself up in this community. No, I'm the law. I'm not going to come here and build myself up in this community and be recognized in this community so you guys think that you can finagle me or whatever, and there's crimes that are still going to be committed. No, we're coming in, we're doing what we need to do. We're turning this thing around because everybody is sick and tired of it. Nobody likes to be in a place where, you know, they don't know if they're going to get mugged walking down the street. We don't want to live in it no more. And until more of the community starts speaking up and everybody starts pointing the fingers at these people and embarrassing these people and shaming these people, it's going to continue to go on. Now, I'm going to put my conspiracy theory hat on, because I believe that there are certain people in neighborhoods that, I don't want to say they're paid. They could be paid, but there are certain people in these neighborhoods that are elected, I will say that, to continue on the process of elimination. And these are the people that are not, you know, the no snitching thing. These are the people that are not being told on. People claim that they're scared of what's going to happen to their family. Why are you being scared? You're supposed to be a warrior. You probably have a lot of mouth when it comes to cussing out the police, but you're scared to tell on people that are terrorizing your own community because you think that you could be next. You take the power back when you start ratting these people out, because they know that there's too many eyes on them. They're not gonna, they're not gonna act crazy. And how else are we gonna get people back in line? And that's what needs to go on. People need to get back in line. But the Black community, certain parts of the Black community has gotten so used to, having people kiss their behind. Basically what you can say. That when you try to turn that around, you're in the wrong for looking out for their well-being, because it's not just you, it's other people that are living around you. You can't just think about yourself. It's everybody that's living around you. And we're to the point now where older people are being hit by bullets. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Just completely doesn't make any sense to me. And what really doesn't make sense to me, and this is kind of off topic, the homelessness that's in Washington, D.C. People are pissed off because They are providing them with shelter and getting them the help that they need, getting them off the street. But they only hear the or face jail time or a fine. They're not understanding, like, if we're telling you we can put you somewhere to live, we can get you the help that you need, whatever type of medical help that you need, mental health, whatever. We're telling you that we can get you these things, but people need to go to the negative. Oh, they're trying to just get these people off the street and they already don't have anywhere to go. They're giving them somewhere to go. They're giving them somewhere to go. And if you're refusing that, like, why would you want to continue to stay on the street? Like, people don't want you on the street, especially like Washington, D.C. is a big tourist area. People don't want to come there and see that and worried about it being mugged. Or, you know, people that be hanging outside of the gas stations asking for money. People don't want to deal with those type of things. Everybody needs to hold themselves accountable, but it's just so difficult for people to check their own selves. So they need other people to check them, but when other people check them, then it becomes a problem also. Make it make sense. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this. Have you noticed an uptick in the violence and the crime also? Or is it something that I'm just seeing? And it's not something negative that I want to see. It's just something that I'm noticing, especially in predominantly black cities. It's just getting worse. But let me know what you guys think. Peace.